How's it going, YouTube? We're back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different exhaust setups for the 2025 BMW S1000RR. I'm going to start with the most affordable option, and I'm going to be giving you guys cold start clips, warm idle clips, as well as riding clips. Now keep in mind, I've got a broken hand. I honestly shouldn't even be riding, but my buddy Greg has been bailing on me for a while, so y'all make sure you let him know in the comments. So in this video, this is going to give you a better idea of what exhaust system you should purchase for your 2025 BMW S1000RR. Let's give it some revs. Okay, so the first option and the most affordable is going to be the M4 stainless exhaust header system with your factory titanium Akra can. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of how this one sounds, but many people like it. It's going to give you a deeper tone because you don't have the catalytic converters. It's going to give you more power this way. And like I said, for $768, you can't really beat that. That's free shipping, so that's shipped to your door. $768. All right, I'm gonna attempt to ride the motorcycle. I really should not be doing this, but I wanna give you guys at least a couple of sounds of the bike riding. So I have a GoPro hooked up right here. I'm only gonna be able to do a little bit, guys, because I can't grip the throttle. So it's gonna be very sketchy for me to be riding. All right, that was super sketchy because I don't really have the ability to close my hand. I don't know how much I've gone into this, but I broke my hand basically from the index finger down on the left-hand side of my hand from a dirt bike accident, and there are rods, tons of metal rods going from like the top of my finger down to my wrist effectively, or down to my knuckles, I should say. So I can't close my hand. So I basically had my hand resting on the throttle and then kind of like cracking it. But again, I want to make these videos because there's not a lot of content on the 2025s. So I'm giving you guys 5 different options when it comes to the exhaust system on these 2025 S1000RRs. Now this first option, well, first option I guess is just leave it as factory, right? So the second option, which is getting rid of the factory headers and catalytic converters, because keep in mind the catalytic converters, the servo valves, all of that is in the factory header system. You've got the M4 stainless steel system. Again, it's very well made and it's very affordable, only $768, at least in the States. Now, one common question that I get is, do you need to tune the motorcycle when you do an exhaust system? I guess need is subjective. Now, my answer based on my research would be yes. I would go with the BT Moto tuning system. A couple of reasons. One, it's BMW friendly, it's warranty friendly, right? You're not going to void your warranty with the BT Moto system. Two, it is quite literally plug and play. I did a detailed video on that. I will try to link it in this description if you're interested. And then the third thing is BT Moto is the only one doing what's called closed loop tuning. Now on these motorcycles, they've got 4 O2 sensors, and what will happen is their software will actually read the air-fuel ratio and it'll make adjustments when needed for a more precise tune, meaning you get more horsepower without having to get the motorcycle tuned over and over again. So now I'm gonna let the bike cool down. Obviously not gonna make you guys wait, you're just gonna jump into it, but once the bike cools down, we'll go ahead and put the next setup on the motorcycle. All right, now this next setup is the one that we've been waiting for, but I need your guys' feedback. Before I even got this bike, actually when I first placed the deposit on it, the first thing I did was order an Austin Racing full exhaust system. Now the exhaust is made in the UK and it takes, on their website it says 8 to 12 weeks to manufacture. So what I figured is I'm putting the deposit on the bike, I'll also go ahead and buy the exhaust, and by the time the bike is delivered, I'll have an exhaust, right? Well, that didn't happen. And that's why, if you guys have been following the build, I put on the M4 full exhaust system, was really just to have something other than the stock exhaust while I wait for my Austin Racing exhaust to get here. Fast forward to 8 weeks, I still didn't get tracking from them. I emailed them, they said they're behind. Fast forward to 12 weeks, I emailed them, they said they're still behind. So again, this is 3 months at this point, right? I get to 13 weeks, I emailed them, I said, hey guys, your website says it's 8 to 12 weeks, we're already past that, what can we do? Effectively, they tell me like, listen, because it's a full system, that's what's taking so long. If you do just the slip-on system, or they have a half system, I guess, that taps into the factory headers, that would be quicker. So I said, whatever, I was frustrated at this point. In hindsight, I wish I didn't do it, because the slip-on system, this is the Austin Racing system, this is $900, y'all, just for this tip. Looks nothing like the full system. And I asked them that. I said, listen, I already have headers, so as long as I can put your guys' slip-on and it looks like the pictures on your website, I'm happy. I like the look. It looks really cool, and I know the sound is going to sound cool as well. It doesn't look like that. So I'm torn, and you guys let me know your feedback. Obviously, we'll put this on. We'll see what it sounds like. My initial gut feeling is pretty disappointed because I was expecting a certain look and it's not that look, right? Here's the thing, it's $3,500 for the full system. If I spend the $3,500 now, I'm effectively resetting the time, right? So I have to wait another 3 to 4 months for this exhaust system to be manufactured. That's killing me, right? So let's go ahead and throw this system on. We'll let you guys hear it. Do let me know your feedback, guys, because I don't know if I'm overreacting. In my opinion, like if you're gonna set the expectation that it takes a certain amount of time and then you pass that time, something should be done. You know, when I asked them, what can we do about this, I was expecting maybe a credit, like, hey, we'll give you $500 towards the purchase. It's a $3,500 system. Them as a company selling the system for $3,000, that's not going to make or break them, right? But to, in my opinion, remedy the customer experience, it should have been worth it. It's still a cool system, it's just not what I expected. All right, that was very hard to do with one hand, but as you can see, it looks incredible. Let's go ahead and do an idle clip. Oh yeah, that sounds good for sure. I'm excited to hear this one on the road. And as you can see, he's got the SE Project exhaust. Cold start time. All right, there you have it, boys. That wraps up this video. Let me know which exhaust setup you like the most. In my opinion, the best sounding is the Austin Racing slip-on. Again, you can run this with a variety of header combinations. As we've seen on Greg's bike, he has a titanium header. There's only a pound or two weight difference, so for me, it wasn't a big deal. And remember, I thought I was getting a full Austin Racing titanium system, but due to the delays, I ended up, at least right now, sticking with an M4 stainless header and then the Austin Racing slip-on. Visually, it's not exactly what I wanted. Again, you guys seen the comparison on the screen. Let me know what you guys would do. Would you pull the trigger on a $3,500 system to wait another 4 months, or would you be content with the setup the bike has now? Make sure you subscribe while you're here. Also wanted to say thank you. We just reached 14,000 subscribers. I know that's not a lot in comparison to other channels, but I do appreciate the time you guys spend watching the content. So we'll see you next time. If you're riding out there, make sure you be safe. We'll see you later.